3 of the King Podcasts is here with the Black Larry King himself, Jet Chronicles, and he back by. When the interviews are live, the news go viral, and the talk stay real. Street stories, culture talk, viral moments, if it's buzzer, they cover. No cap, no filters, just facts and fire. Pull up and lock in. Tap in now, King Podcast Season 3. Watch it live on YouTube at BLKTV-1. Tune in or get left.
Hard time, ENT, 803. What up, trap nigga? This is Carolina movie. Let's go. South Carolina, home of the Gamecocks, SMA. Thought of mafioso, hard time, ENT, 803. Long live Angie Stone, male legacy live on. I'm a fly brother, I'm a G.O.D. and that's my word is bone. Sammy mixing, qualified, I'm lyrically gifted. From the M-E-T-R-O, we call it Metro, where we hit them switches. And I ain't talking about a low ride. When they push them buttons, better stay inside. When you cross the state line, in the Palmetto, they don't waste no time. I used to hustle at the Parkview Inn, on North Main, pushing that cane. Push the game, cause it ain't the same. These niggas done made it lame. You ain't gotta hype me up. I'm built to last all by myself. In the streets, I roam alone. Nah, I'm good, don't need your help. They ain't living by the street code. Ain't no respect, they disrespect. Salute to the ones that's holding their own. Standing their ground, chasing their check. All for the love of the music, I never abuse it, I never let it go. You're picking and choosing and moving, you need to improve it. But you're just too slow. Man, there's levels to this. Everybody can't spit. I'm in my own lane, you know what I mean? And one more thing for all these newcomers. What's that? You ain't gotta put me in your rap list. I've been doing this, a real lyricist. Coming harder than them, sound more better. Look at the way that I spit. Constantly dropping that heat for the ones that street. Hustling, trying to eat. Knocking and dropping them bars. Yeah, it's the God. I come in with peace.
Woo!
Y'all better step it up. SC made. Mafioso.
Hot damn it, 47. We back, you know what I'm saying? This is BLKTV. This your boy Jet Chronicles, man. Welcome to episode 22 around this motherfucker. We chugging right along for the season, you know what I'm saying? BLKTV, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's X, formerly known as Twitter, you know what I'm saying? If you want to keep up with me and know more updates about BLKTV, shout outs to the motherfucking subs. Y'all running on subs up. I'm telling y'all, my chronics out there, my supporters out there, y'all show so much love. You know what I'm saying? We got to come up with something for these chronics soon, man. We got to beat up. We got to do something because y'all showing love. 41K, you know what I'm saying? We on the road to 50K for season 3 of BLKTV, man. I want to shout out my mods real quick. I got 3 mods. We added a new mod. You know, we taking this mod thing one by one, you know, to again, I just want to pour back into my community, you know what I'm saying? So for those who comment on every fucking video, like every fucking video, share, subscribe, you know, I definitely want to do something special for y'all in the future, man. But shout outs to my mods, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy Tat, you know, make sure y'all follow him over here on these YouTube streets. My brother called him Mafioso, y'all already know how that is, you know what I'm saying? And we've added my brother CI, Cobra Immortal, because I do believe the next episode of BLKTV, we're going to do one more political corner before we wrap this season, man. So I just want to say shout outs to my broski CI. He's a mod over here at BLKTV, you know what I'm saying? We support each other. I supported him with his album, you know. Once I get the studio hooked up, y'all gonna see what a motherfucker been working on. So I just want to say shout outs, cash out. Look, promo. If you got your videos, you understand what I'm saying? If you want your videos promoted over here on BLKTV, man, I need the raw footage. I need the raw file. I'm going to make it do what it do. Make sure y'all hit that cash app. You know what I'm saying? So we promoting videos over here at BLKTV for $25. Look, I'm running a special this week. It's an Easter special. I'm taking $5 off. Just hit a nigga with 20. And we'll promote your video over here at BLKTV, but you got to make sure you get that cash app, goddammit. And as usual, the cash app is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Hit a nigga with an email. Speaking of emails, all bookings, make sure you go to groundhard904@gmail.com. If you would like to be a guest on BLKTV, if you got some topics you want your boy to talk about, whatever you want to say. If you want me to come over there and host your podcast, make sure you hit our official email at groundhard904@gmail.com. All right, look here. We finna, because goddamn it, I've been investigating. I've really been investigating, man. I want to say this too. A lot of times when I'm doing these stories, especially these viral stories, because y'all know how I do, I like to pull from my own community when I'm doing the news. But with the viral stories, I reach out to some of these bloggers. Of course, somebody like the Breakfast Club, I'm not actually reaching out to, but I want to make sure that any content that y'all seeing on here that's not mine, I'm giving on people they props. This ain't my shit. It say the Breakfast Club as big as they in the fucking video, because motherfucker be copyright my shit. Nigga ain't monetized already. You understand what I'm saying? But when I get there, I do want a little bit of money, so I am not with all that. I just feel like we in the community of whether you calling yourself a content creator, blogger, whatever the case may be, but I like to give credit to where I get the information from. So the biggest thing that we talking about, because it's new details with the whole Pooh, Shiesty and Gucci Man. I mean, it really got the internet on lock. And y'all know, Black Twitter, y'all don't take shit serious. Some funny fucking memes out there, you know what I'm saying? But as far as some developing news that I've heard, because I'm going to say this too, I'm looking for the other artists, because fuck all this. I want to talk to the artists that's on Gucci Mane label that ain't really being heard. If this is a safe space, you understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm about to drop the link in a minute. This is a safe space. I want to talk to some of the artists that's on that label, and I want to know some of their experiences, because it's a lot going on with this, man. But as far as the new details, I do know that his father, Pooh Shiesty's father, he actually got out on bail. He's on house arrest, I guess until they go on trial or whatever the case may be. So that was kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Gave him a little bit probation and the shit like that. And they did just drop Pooh Shiesty mugshot. And you could tell that nigga don't give no fuck about going back to jail. I feel like he was skinning and grinning in that motherfucking mugshot. Nigga ain't giving that two fucks. You understand what I'm saying? So I got a video that we're going to dive into. Like I said, I'm going to drop the link. If you want to come up, this is one of the rare chances you got on BLKTV to actually come up. If you want to join the discussion, if you heard something. But I found, and it's a lengthy video, so we're going to go through it because we're doing a deep dive. We're doing a deep dive on this. You know what I'm saying? I got some footage that I want to pull up from Crime Chronicles, because this shit was like, I said, well, damn, is the shit going to be on Forensic Files next? I'm talking about it's all over Google. It's all over Daily Mail. I seen that bitch Nancy Grace do a fucking story. I said, man, this some shit. But with this particular video that I'm about to play from Crime Chronicles, because this is not jit shit. This is, it ain't jit chronicles. This is Crime Chronicles. They laid out a whole detail. They got affidavits. You understand what I'm saying? They got real footage, security pictures, and I feel like this, as I was doing my research, out of everything that I saw, and I'm telling y'all, I've seen everything from Instagram, from Twitter, from TikTok, and I feel like Crime Chronicles got it right. So what I want to do, I'm going to get up here with these comments. I'm going to drop the link. I want y'all to come up if you can. If you ain't too scared, y'all can hit that link if you want to discuss. But I want to actually play this video. It's about 11, 12 minutes long. We're going to do a deep dive, but let's get into the nitty gritty of it. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do as content creators. You understand? This is what we do as bloggers. This is what we do as journalists. You understand what I'm saying? So check this clip out from Crime Chronicles. And we about to do it right here on BLKTV. Check this out.
We take a deep dive into real cases, the evidence, the court records, and the stories behind the headlines. Welcome to Crimes with Crime.
Shout outs to Crimes with Chronicles.
So this sounds like something straight out of a movie, and I'm not talking about a big box office smash either. I'm talking about Tubi at best.
Damn.
So we have a high-profile meeting set up at a recording studio in Dallas, Texas. On one side, we have Gucci Mane, head of 1017 label. On the other side, we have Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, and Pooh Shiesty's daddy, along with countless others. Now, this wasn't just any casual link up. This meeting was supposed to be about business, specifically issues with a contract and an artist trying to get out of that deal. But here's where things already start getting a little complicated. Because according to federal documents, Shiesty wasn't just moving around freely. He was on home detention and wearing an electronic monitor and wasn't exactly supposed to be out like that. So from the jump, something already feels off. But what happens next took the situation to a whole different level. We're talking about kidnapping, a robbery, and an alleged setup that investigators say was planned from the start. According
Okay, tell she monetized. Goddamn, she got the motherfucking commercial going on.
to the federal complaint, once everyone got inside that studio, things shifted fast. What started as a conversation between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane quickly turned into a situation where guns were allegedly pulled, and instead of negotiating a contract, Gucci Mane was forced to sign one at gunpoint. We are going to get into this story and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications.
Subscribe to this shit and subscribe to mine.
News regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. Okay, so on January 10th, 2026, at approximately 4:50 p.m., victims known as RD, who is also Radrick Davis, also known as Gucci Mane, MM, and BP were kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint at a music studio located on Dallas Parkway in Dallas, Texas. So before that even happens, at 1:00 p.m. on that same day, Gucci flew into Dallas with his head of security, known as CW, and a security officer known as TD for a scheduled business meeting between Radrick Davis, Gucci Mane, and suspect Lantrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty. Now, Pooh Shiesty is a hip-hop recording artist and has been signed to a recording contract for Gucci Mane's music label 1017 since approximately 2021. Now, Pooh Shiesty asked Gucci Mane to come to Dallas, Texas, so they can speak about business. He was not happy with his contract, and he wished to be released from his contractual obligation. Now, at approximately 1:45 p.m. on January 10th, Gucci Mane and 4 others, including his security, arrived for the scheduled meeting at this location. Now, this music recording studio was located inside of a larger office. When they got there, they realized that the recording studio was closed. So they left, went to the liquor store, and purchased some liquor and some plastic red Solo cups before returning to the studio. So Lantrell Williams Sr., also known as Pooh Shiesty's father, was trying to call the owner of the building at 253 to let him know to open the building so Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane can record a song. So at 3:15, the owner of the building opens the building up for Radrick Davis, also known as Gucci, MM, BP, CW, and TD. Now at 3:27, Pooh Shiesty's father appears to be speaking with someone on his cell phone before entering the building at around 3:28. Now at around 3:39, an employee.
And shout outs to Crime Chronicles because they did they motherfucking big one. You understand what I'm saying? This is real security fucking footage, not that shit that y'all seeing AI posted all over social media. This was that real shit. I love how they did it over here at Crime Chronicles.
Of the studio arrived to assist with production, and when the employee arrived, Williams Jr. and Williams Sr., Pooh Shiesty and his father, were standing at the back door of the office building, engaging in what appeared to be an argument over the phone. At approximately 3:43 p.m., Jr., Sr., Rodney Wright, also known as Big 30, Corday Johnson, Kadarius Waters, Terrence Rogers, Damian Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, and Darian McDaniel, also known as the defendants, all entered the east side of the building. Now, the target suspects walked through the lobby area of the office building before going inside the studio. One individual with a dreadlock hairstyle, later identified as Gibson, can be seen on video exiting the office building and shortly thereafter returning with a bag slung over his back shoulder. Now, the 9 individuals enter into the studio's control room where inside the victims were watching a football game. Now, CW, Gucci Mane's head of security, was positioned in the studio lobby while TD, His other security guard was sitting outside in the vehicle that they arrived in. Now, while Gucci and his crew were sitting inside of the studio, they overhear Pooh Shiesty on the phone with his parole officer, telling his parole officer that his caseworker had given him permission to be out during rec time. The parole officer was like, no, pump your brakes, partner. That's not the case. You need to take your ass back home. And remember, he's on an ankle monitor so they can see everywhere he's at. So since Gucci heard that, he was like, you know what, man, we could just reschedule this studio time for another time. I see you got your stuff going on. But Pooh Shiesty was like, no, I need to go ahead and do this now. As a matter of fact, I want to meet you behind closed doors, just me and you. So Gucci Mane was like, all right, let's go. So he walks with Pooh Shiesty into the recording room. Meanwhile, his other peeps, MM and BP, remained in the control room with the 6 other individuals and continued to watch the football game. BP even offered to share some of the liquor that they purchased with the target suspects, and at least 2 accepted, grabbing the red cups and making a drink. So while they were in the room, Pooh Shiesty slid over this termination or release paperwork from his bag, and he told Gucci Mane to sign it. Gucci was like, no. Well, obviously, it didn't go over the way that Pooh Shiesty had saw in his head, and he stopped.
Pause. Hold, please. Little mama, you on your shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why we love Crime Chronicles. Continue.
Started to get aggravated. So they started to argue. Now, MM and BP could see through the recording studio because it was a glass, but they believed that Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty were discussing business, but MM saw that the conversation was getting pretty deep. So he texted CW, who was still in the music studio lobby. So they're still in here arguing hard body. And while they're arguing, Pooh Shiesty instructs Big 30 to go and get his bag. Big 30 was like, okay, I got you. He comes back with the bag. Pooh Shiesty reaches inside of the bag and gets an AK-style pistol, points it at Gucci Mane like, look, this is not an option. I'm going to tell you one more time to sign this release. So inside of this room was Gucci, Pooh Shiesty, and Big 30. They would not allow him to leave this recording room until he signed it. And again, Pooh Shiesty was holding him at gunpoint. Now, Big 30 even pulls out his cell phone to record Gucci Mane signing this contract, which means he's signing it under duress, which means it doesn't really count, does it?
You big dummy.
So Gucci agrees to sign it, and while he's signing it, they take his wedding ring, his watch, his earrings, and even cash. After Gucci signed the paperwork, Pooh Shiesty showed the paperwork to his father, Lontrell Williams Sr., and asked him if it looked okay. His dad was like, no, he needs to add the date to it. Gucci was forced to add the date beside his signature. So then they walk out the room. We have Gucci, Lontrell Williams Jr. and Sr., as well as your boy Big 30. Now, as they're exiting out the room, we have the other suspects.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
These commercials.
Waters, Rogers,
I want to do a quick
Johnson.
pause real quick, and I just want to say this as a person that's been doing internet radio podcasts or whatever the case you may have, whatever, you know what I'm saying, since 2011. As an artist, and I kind of want to open this up. So StreamYard, can you clip this? Seeing this situation with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, seeing that Pooh Shiesty signed with Gucci. As an artist, as an independent artist, because you got to understand, that's all I ever worked with. So in that world with independent artists, things I hear about is, motherfucker made a motherfucker a beat, gave it to another artist. I've heard a lot about janky promoters. You understand what I'm saying? And trust me, I work with some great independent artists that got distribution deals that do well independently on their own. But as an independent artist, when y'all see shit like this, do that make you not want to sign to a motherfucking label? Because it feels like, to me, and mind you, I'm on the outside looking in. I'm an advocate for artists, independent especially. That wouldn't make me want to motherfucking sign, because it seems like a nigga can sign you. You done signed your life away and you ain't got no music coming out. You just sitting on the shelf. You understand what I'm saying? So I want my artists to answer that question. Like, what are y'all learning from this situation? Is that going to continue you on being an independent artist and making sure you get all your money and all your motherfucking royalties? Does that skew you away from signing to big labels or big artists? You understand what I'm saying? So that's another question that I want to pose within this, which is why the link is dropped as well. But let's get back to it.
Glover, McDaniel, and Gibson. They all produced handguns or AR or AK style pistols and began to demand property from BP and MM. I know Gucci's homeboys are like, not only were y'all late, we went to the store to go get some liquor, offered it to you, and now you're robbing us? So BP was pushed onto a couch in the control room while an individual that he knew as CMO Dan Pooh and part of Pooh Shiesty's crew, later identified as Rogers, searched his pockets and stole his wallet. Now, BP's chain and necklace bearing the moniker 1017 were stolen from his neck by another subject he knew as Glizzy 375, later identified as McDaniel. Now, during the robbery, McDaniel repeatedly threatened to shoot BP for moving, but Williams Jr. instructed McDaniel not to. BP further identified an individual he knew as Baby Slime 375, later identified as Johnson, as being involved in the kidnapping and robbery, and that during the control room robberies, Johnson possessed a firearm and held BP and others at gunpoint. Both MM and BP identified an individual they knew as KD, later identified as Waters, as being involved in the kidnapping and robbery, possessing a firearm, and holding them at gunpoint. MM was choked from behind to the point of nearly losing consciousness during the kidnapping and robbery, resulting in scratches on his neck and wrist. Now, MM was robbed of his Rolex watch, a Louis Vuitton bag containing multiple other high-end watches. Why are you bringing all of that up in there? Did you really have that up in there? Apple AirPod headphones, and his wallet at gunpoint by Glover. MM confirmed his Louis Vuitton bag, AirPods, and wallet each had Apple AirTags, which is a location tracking device.
Come on now.
Of course, there are all types of altercations going on in the control room. While that's happening, Big 30 decides to stand by the door, blocking them from being able to leave. Kidnapping. So at this point, CW and TD are trying to force their way through the door because they see Wright is now barricading the door, but they're unable to get in. Now, with their handguns drawn, CW and TD managed to partially open the door, but recognized that they were outnumbered. So Gucci Mane was pushed onto a couch and they were feeling like they was getting ready to lose their lives. So Williams Jr., aka Pooh Shiesty, placed the barrel of his firearm to the back of BP's head and ordered him and Gucci Mane to leave the control room and the studio through the west entrance of the office building. Gucci then instructed CW and TD to escort them to their vehicles. Now, as the victims left, MM turned to Williams Jr., aka Pooh Shiesty, and asked him if they were really taking his watches. I would have been like, nigga, if you don't be quiet, we'll get you another damn watch. Now, based on later recovered surveillance video footage, the target suspects left the studio and the office building through the east entrance at approximately 4:48 p.m. Exterior surveillance videos recovered from a neighboring building showed a white Buick Enclave, a black Dodge Charger Hellcat, and a black Dodge Ram with a distinct roll bar affixed to the bed of the truck, traveling northbound shortly after the kidnapping and robbery. According to law enforcement databases, Big 30's father, also known as Rodney Wright, owns a 2020 Dodge Charger Hellcat bearing a Tennessee license plate. Now, we all grew up watching First 48. I don't know what these kids were watching because there's certain mistakes you just don't make. Now, when investigators started tracking movement, things got real clear. License plate readers picked up that the Charger moving through the Dallas area that same day was riding close behind a Dodge Ram that matched the exact truck seen near the scene. Then just hours later, the same Charger is spotted again, this time traveling alongside a white Buick Enclave. And that's when it...
Let me pause this real quick. You know, I'm gonna be real honest with you. Anytime you're trying to rob a nigga and set a nigga up, and then you got to ask a nigga, "Hey, pops, is this how the contract's supposed to look?" Maybe this ain't your thing. You understand what I'm saying? So this kind of little weird than what I thought. You know, if you got to ask a motherfucker, I don't think you're supposed to be doing this, my boy.
Gets interesting because that Enclave, it isn't random. Records show that it's a rental that was taken out by William Sr., aka Pooh Shiesty's father, just days before and still in his possession the day everything went down.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Investigators pulled the location data from that vehicle and it lined up perfectly with the timeline, placing it right at or near the scene. So at that point, it wasn't just witness statements anymore. They had movement, vehicles, and data, all telling them the same story. So Pooh Shiesty is currently on a 63-month sentence for conspiracy to possess firearms in furtherance of violent and drug trafficking crimes. And according to records, Shiesty was approved for home detention on or about October 31st, 2025. As part of conditions for home detention, Williams Jr. agreed not to possess any deadly weapons or knowingly be in company of a person possessing the same. On the day of the robbery/burglary, they have Lontrell Williams Sr., aka Pooh Shiesty's father, going to the Staples location in a rented Buick Enclave, parking near the front of the store, entering the store, and walks to the copy printer machines. And investigators obtain a copy of a receipt that confirms that a transaction occurred at the copy printer machines at 1:59 p.m., the time Williams Sr. is seen on the surveillance video near the machines. Now,
when I started my record label, the business side of taxes, finances.
Find your taxes, goddamn it.
Now, investigators believe that Williams Sr. and Williams Jr. went to the Staples store for the purpose of printing off the contractual release that was presented to Gucci Mane. So from that moment on, investigators began piecing together what happened after the incident, and the digital trail tells a very clear story. Cell phone data shows several of the individuals leaving Dallas shortly after, with some traveling back to Memphis together by bus the very next day. Now, while others made the trip by car days later, interestingly enough, the Dodge Charger believed to be involved was reported stolen shortly after they left Texas, raising even more questions about how everything was coordinated after the fact. But it doesn't just stop there. Investigators tracked the group to a Comfort Inn in Texas, where records show multiple rooms were booked and surveillance footage captured several of the same individuals seen at the studio. What stood out even more was the fact that their clothing matched what was worn during the incident, further tying them directly to what happened earlier that day. So these fools didn't even change clothes. And then came some very strong evidence. Fingerprints lifted from items inside the studio, including those red Solo cups, came back matching specific individuals involved. On top of that, investigators used social media to identify the suspects, linking Instagram accounts directly to each person. Some posts even appeared to show stolen items, including cash and luxury watches, shortly after the incident. When you put all of that together, surveillance, phone records, fingerprints, and social media, investigators are essentially laying out a case that wasn't just alleged, it was traceable step by step. So Pooh Shiesty, his father, Big 30, and 6 others were all identified and arrested for this alleged scheme. And the charges themselves are extremely serious. We're talking about federal kidnapping conspiracy charge, which falls under 18 U.S.C. 1201. And if convicted, they all carry up to life in prison. On top of that, there are allegations involving firearms, robbery, and coordinated activity across state lines, which could bring even more time depending on how this case unfolds. So while it'll be a while before we have the final sentences, what we do know is this is no small situation. And based on everything laid out in this federal affidavit, this is a case that could have very serious consequences for everyone involved. Now, this was a lot, but what I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything involving the Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Mane, and Big 30 of it all? Leave a comment and we'll talk about it down below.
That's how I kind of feel about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? I feel just like how she feels. Let us know. And I want to say this to y'all real quick. This how you know this some serious shit, because I heard the same thing with that mugshot that the nigga just got out. You know, bro potentially faces up to life in prison. But this how you know the shit real. When ABC News and NBC and CBS and X, Y, and Z and Nancy Grace on your motherfucking ass reporting this shit, you in some motherfucking trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to drop down in the motherfucking comments. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to go back again. I done dropped that link. You know what I'm saying? Hit that link if you want to come up. You want to talk real quick before we get up out of here, man. But in between time, in the motherfucking meantime, for all my artists out there, I'm dead serious. We running the promo special, $20 to get your music video promo right here on BLKTV. So with all that being said, man, I think we're going to take a quick intermission, and I'm going to hit y'all with that new CI video. This is Cobra Immortal with Break the Law. Keep it locked to BLKTV. That's what I'm talking about. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn around this motherfucker. I'm like, this bitch burning, dog. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Another epic episode of BLKTV. I thought y'all was big and bad in these motherfucking YouTube streets. I thought y'all jump on all types of links around this motherfucker. So what's up? What's up with it? You got broad shoulders, motherfucker. Hit that motherfucking link. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, it's BLKTV, man. Make sure you drop down in the comments. Let your boy know what you think. We got 2 more episodes of BLKTV season 3. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned to all my social media handles for that. We do got. I'm gonna try my best because I'm on vacation this week. I'm probably gonna drop the reaction video to Love and Hip Hop Miami this Thursday. You know, this their final season. Y'all been asking me to do more reviews. You know, something that's kind of new to the channel. I got a poll up. You know what I'm saying? I want to know, what do y'all want to see more of on BLKTV? Do you want to see more interviews? Do you want to see more live reaction videos? Do you want to see more cooking, more lifestyle type shit? Or do you want to see all of the above, man? So make sure y'all keep it locked to the BLKTV channel on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on all social media. Continue to like, share, comment. I want y'all comments on this whole Pooh, Shiesty, Gucci Man shit. You know what I'm saying? So even if you ain't dropping no comments live, man, make sure y'all drop them comments on the afterplay and in those shorts. And with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and get on up out of here for the night. I'm your boy, Jit Chronicles, and this is BLK TV. Deuces and my Chris Brown voice.
I can't stand
Hard time. ENT 803. What up, Trap Dicky? This is Carolina move. Let's go. South Carolina, home of the Gamecocks. SMA, out of mafioso, hard time. ENT 803. Long live Angie Stone. Male legacy live on. I'm a fly brother, I'm a G.O.D. and that's my word is bomb. Sandy mixing, qualified, I'm lyrically gifted. From the METRO, we call it Metro, where we hit them switches. And I ain't talking about a low ride. When they push them buttons, better stay inside. When you cross the state line, in the Palmetto, they don't waste no time. I used to hustle at the Parkview Inn on North Main, pushing that game. Push up the game, cause it ain't the same. These niggas done made it lame. You ain't gotta hype me up. I'm built to last all by myself. In the streets, I roam alone. Nah, I'm good, don't need your help. They ain't living by the street code. Ain't no respect, they disrespect. Salute to the ones that's holding their own. Standing their ground, chasing their check. All for the love of the music, I never abuse it, I never let it go. You're picking and choosing and moving, you need to improve it. But you're just too slow. Man, it's levels to this. Everybody can't spit. I'm in my own lane, you know what I mean? And one more thing for all these newcomers. What's that? You ain't gotta put me in your rap list. I've been doing this, a real lyricist. Carter go harder than them, sound more better. Look at the way that I spit. Constantly dropping that heat for the ones that street. Hustling, trying to eat, knocking and dropping the bars. Yeah, it's the God. I come in here with peace.